Good morning, TCG. We'll do a quick BYOC with the chart setups. I apologize, I'm not doing this live. My day is limited with vacation and holiday, so I will cover all the setups that you took the time to post. So we're going to start with equilibriums. So on equilibriums, our first chart is from Chris Jan, and it is DBX daily. Is this an EQ? Yes, it is, and your levels are perfect. So, but let's just be careful in DBX. I charted it. It could be a weekly bear flag. So when we zoom into the weekly, we can see that bear flag formation. So just be cautious on daily charts that if we were to get a bull break of 1831 and have some type of bull break fake out, because in bull flags and bear flags sometimes we get those breaks with no follow through, and then we zoom out and look for the flag. So I get asked a lot, what type of EQ setups do you like? What are higher probability setups? These are the lower probability setups for me to buy a bull break of 1831 to buy that bull break and get faked out. That happens often, especially when the weekly is so clear. Let me draw it quick right here. You could see that we have a bear flag formation. So daily EQs don't always mean great bull setups with those bull breaks, so just be cautious. All right, then we have Derek with match. Let me just make sure we're recording. Yes, we are. Okay, match, an hourly EQ. Beautiful chart, by the way. We have support. Now, this may not be the low right here of 83.96. It may keep trucking down lower. So just be cautious of this level. If it breaks 83.96, it's not necessarily out of the daily EQ yet. So 83.96 and 83.05 are your supports. 86.19 and 87.39 are your resistances. That is MTCH with the hourly EQ. All right, then we have TTD, also by Derek, an hourly EQ. Beautiful chart again. We have resistance at 255 and 256.03, and then we have support at 240.56 and 240.51. On this one, I see a possible bear flag here, so I'm just going to, let's chart it real quick on TTD. So he's looking at this hourly EQ here, but if we zoom out the 4 hour, this could be a bear flag, so just be careful here. Again, if we were to get a bull break of that hourly EQ with no follow through, then be on the lookout for a bear flag. All right, then US oil daily, and I love this one. Actually, let's look at it on a higher time frame. On the monthly, we're in an EQ. I chart this often because I am ready to trade this. I've been trading it off and on within this EQ. So on the monthly level, we have resistance at 60.91 and 66.58. We have support here at 50.51 and 50.59 on oil. The commodity setups are absolutely my fave setups right now going into this week and into the next few weeks for that matter. Nice chart. Okay, let's see. Next is NVDA, and let's see what Jules is saying about it. It's struggling at the 0.78 fib several times at 171.42. So let's look at NVDA. So NVDA supports are 159 and 147.39, and we have resistance at 173.45. So this high has not quite set yet, so we could get another lower high up here of 173.45, or we could get a bull break of the 173.45. AMD, where's Indigo? Beautiful chart, again, very clean, I love it. AMD daily EQ supports 29.60, 29.40, 29.21, resistance 31.92, and 32.19. So the longer in place, the higher in space. So if AMD continues to tighten within this EQ, it coils up, and then price acts like a spring, and it springs up or down, whichever way it goes. It typically has more follow through if the base is long. So this is a long base. So the longer in place, the higher in space, and y'all still got to find me a rhyming one to go to the downside for that. But if you're wanting this trade, the best case scenario would be another higher low and really tighten, 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 and then just spring right out of it or to the downside for a good trade. And last week was the third weekly inside bar. I like this one, Indigo. This is really great, great setup. All right, then we have wedges. So we have Tesla. And let's map those levels on Tesla. Let's just get some supports. I have this charted as well. I found this earlier this week. Love this setup. Your hourly supports are 224.21 and 215.15. Your resistance is the high of Friday, 232.44, and then 233.30. And look at the slope of this EMA, the SOTIMA. It is very bullish, this 45 degrees. We crossed bull back here, and it hasn't looked back yet. So nice chart on Tesla. Let me unhide volume. I covered last week that I have a personal mission to stay focused on price action and put 80 to 90% of the weight of my decision making in a trade on price. Slope of the EMA, volume, RSI, they are a distant 11th, 12th, 13th place is for what I'm using. I don't want to use those indicators to confirm my bias. I'm uber focused on price. So you'll notice my videos, of course, have evolved in the last year. They're going to continue evolving as I improve my trading style and hone in on my system. And your holy grail system, we're all looking for that holy grail. If it's not based on price, I caution that it may not be the holy grail. Price, price, price. Okay, thanks, Jules, for Tesla. Jules is also calling out HD daily. Beautiful wedge on HD. You have resistance at 229.27. Let's see what the next was at an all-time high. This is a great hurricane trade, by the way. So yes, all-time high 229.27, which it made on Friday. So nice bullish chart, but just be cautious of that wedge. This wedge that Jules is calling out. All right. Then we got Netflix on the daily. We've been looking at this falling wedge. We have resistance at 310.93 and then 325.85. I traded this, I think 288's that bottom. 288, and it broke it by 80 cents and then bounced. So be careful that this could be a area or a zone, as Jason likes to call it, and a zone of support right here with Netflix. It broke it by 80 cents and bounced. So not convinced yet that this is the bounce. We need a daily trend change. We need a higher low relative to 287.20 and then a higher high to confirm that trend change. Thank you, Jules. All right, that's all the wedges. We love wedges. Flags by Indigo. ATVI, potential monthly bear flag. Monthly candle just closed at 50 MA resistance. Yeah, I can see it right there, the blue. Yeah, that's actually a beautiful bear flag on the monthly. Indigo, you're winning charts this week, ATVI. Okay, so on the monthly, a bear break of 41.84 is your support, then 39.85. You have no resistance on the monthly up until 84.68. And if we were to break 39.85, your next support is 35.12. I can't emphasize enough that these monthly setups are so much stronger because they've been building for longer. They tend to have more follow through. So if this were to break to the downside, you would get a lot more follow through on a monthly bear flag, for example, than you would a weekly bear flag. All right. That's it for flags, cup and handle. We got Matt. Matt is showing us NWL for our cup and handle, okay? 10% short float. I need the levels, so let's go get the levels on NWL. So NWL 1670 and 1677 are resistance. You got a fake out here, 1558. It broke that low by 5 cents and then bounced. So 1558 and then 1547 are your supports, and that is on this 4-hour cup and handle. All right, thanks, Matt. Then we have CDE, large cup and handle, resistance 582 and 592. So let's get the levels. 582, 583, double top, love that. 531 and 492 are your supports. All right. Derek is giving us beyond with a possible daily cup and handle pattern. Could be inverse head and shoulders as well. So this is coming at the bottom of a downtrend. A cup and handle is a continuation pattern, not a reversal pattern. So what you'd want to see in an ideal world would be to have a cup and handle at the top of a trend, and then it continues upward. Inverse head and shoulders, excuse my drawing, that you're going to find at the bottom of a downtrend, and that's typically a reversal pattern. And same thing goes for head and shoulders, just the opposite is true. So I'm not seeing this as a cup and handle. I see what you see, but I'm not seeing it. Let's see if there's anything else there that we can tease out of this. I'm not seeing. This could be a 4-hour bull flag. That is the closest pattern that I can see here. Not ideal. Oh, that went awry, but you get the gist. Here's your 45-degree. We don't want these upper wicks of profit taking, but on an ideal bull flag, but we do want decreased bear volume, which we did get. So your next resistance on beyond is 172.29 and then 181.75. Your supports are the low of Friday, 166.70, and then you have another one at 159. Beyond is becoming a very interesting instrument for us day traders to trade. High volatility. Getting interesting for sure. All right, head and shoulders. Okay, so Dom, I'm watching a weekly daily inverted head and shoulders on Bongo Wi-Fi. This is a 5G play. Verizon will be teaming with them to extend their future 5G rollout. So he's going over all the fundamental reasons that he likes this. Should benefit both parties. Let's look at his chart. All right, yep, I use those. Boingo and Denver airports. So many airports have this. So he is saying resistance. Yeah, this is a beautiful inverse head and shoulders. Beautiful. He's saying the neckline is at 1324. Let me go map out some supports on this one. Wait, I missed the ticker. Boingo. Wi-Fi. Oh, nice, nice. I like that ticker name. Okay, so 1322 actually is our neckline, and then 1348. So 1306, 1322, 1348 are your resistances, supports, 1172, 1162, and then 1103. Really like this setup. Nice chart and nice fundamental explanation for us all, Dom. Thank you for that. Derek with a nice chart again, Apple daily potential head and shoulders. Same thing goes for this. So this is kind of a little bit wonky. Let me show you why it's wonky. I definitely see what you see. You're calling out this head and shoulders here, and it's coming off a slight uptrend, but then this downtrend was much longer pattern. So I don't know if I'd classify it as that, but definitely showing bull exhaustion with all these upper wicks. So the head and shoulders pattern is the bulls try to push it up. They get that higher high, higher low, try to push it up again, wick, 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 run out of steam. And then the third push, they're like, no more bulls here to buy. And then we fall down. So your neckline on this is 199.67. So first support 201, then 199.67, resistance 214.44, and then 221.37, excuse me. BA inverse head and shoulders. All right, Derek, let's get the levels. Your resistance 369.69 and 382.48. Support 351.18 and 328.88. We do have a daily bull cross that I just want to note, and this is a ticker that's very susceptible to news, so I recommend newer traders that are learning to stay away from names like BA, Tesla. They can be very difficult. Of course, this goes for all tickers. All tickers are susceptible to news, but some just attract it more than others. So just be cautious if you're a newer trader that you don't get caught in any of these bear breaks because of news or uptrend because of good news, and maybe you're short. So just use stop losses prudently, please. All right. Now what we got? Disney head and shoulders. Possible. Definitely possible. Thank you for the levels, James. I appreciate that. We've got support at 131.02 and then the neckline clearly defined at 130.55 if we were to get a bear break. We have support at 136.76 and 138.68. So if you want to just kind of visualize this psychology. Let's go over it again. Bulls get a nice push up, and then the bears push it down. Bulls like, we got this. And then we got some topping candles with upper wicks. They come back down. And then this is third try. Let's call it third strike and you're out. Bulls get one more try on this push up to break this high before they fall victim to a potential head and shoulders. All right, gold, daily hold, head and shoulders pointed out by Dan. Your neckline is 1492.593. Okay, I think we have Dan's chart in here, so let me just go ahead and chart it real quick. Okay, we have resistance at 1550.27 and 1555.10. We have that neckline at 1492.39, and then your next support 1479.73. Thanks for charting that, James. And then we have James also with dust. Dust would have the opposite of GDX. So gold, XAUUSD, is not necessarily the same thing as GDX. They have a correlation, but in this scenario, gold and dust are pretty inverse right now with this inverse head and shoulders we got forming on dust. Okay, so dust, the neckline is 820 and then 1009, and you have support at 578, and then I don't know if you have a support after that because this is just, you ever look at 3 times ETFs, it tells you why you should never, ever, ever swing them for longer than, let's say, 4 to 6 weeks. This used to be $4,162 ticker. It's not a stock. It's a ticker because it is not actually a company. It's a 3 times exchange traded fund. They take their fees out of it, and therein lies the decay. Let me just show you UGAS for any of you who have traded UGAS. Go look at those monthly charts. This used to be a $76,812 ticker, 76,000, and now it's at $14.70. So just be cautious out there. Doesn't mean they're not tradable. I love to trade them, but don't get a long-term mindset and with a long-term swing mindset unless you're shorting it. If you can short it and your broker has the availability, then God bless you. All right, trend is your friend. This is Dan with gold, watching the XAU USD and XAG USD. So that's the gold, silver daily charts. When the daily uptrend is lost to signal weekly consolidation, short-term opportunity for bear miners then, which lines up with James' chart on dust, inverse head and shoulders. If we pull back Monday towards $1,500 on gold, add it to head and shoulders watch. Thank you, Dan. We appreciate it when you contribute to BYOC. GASL, nat gas, 3 times lower leverage, lower volume. Okay. All right, I've never seen this chart before. It has percentages. Just comparing natural gas. I'm going to have to study this. I've never seen this before. All right, and now I am trading futures live as we speak. Let me show you what I'm watching, and then I will let you go about your Labor Day, or you can go now if you don't want to hear it, but all right. So last night, NASDAQ gave us a huge push down here. We opened at 25.93. The futures room and ATAN has been the leader on this. Props and credit to ATAN has pointed out many times that these psych levels they are position themselves to be great entries, long or short. As you can see, NASDAQ is having a problem at the 7,700 level. So I bought this dip last night around 7603, and I rode it up and put my stop loss in and went to bed. And this happened at 3 a.m. Pacific time, where we had a double top here within $2, and then we had this huge pullback, giving some great trading opportunities. Platinum, I just entered this double bottom. I called it out in the room. On the hourly, we have this 929.70, and now it's a triple bottom, and it hit that level and bounced. So I'm in profit here, and I'm walking my stop up on the 15-minute level, and I walk it up for the higher low. So I use higher lows as my stops with just a little wiggle room on futures, and I walk it up as it progresses. The daily may be topped out here. We have RSI at 76, so this is a short-term trade for me. I would expect some type of pullback. The bulls need some type of break, Oil, we have a zone or area of support here where it just keeps hitting, and it also matches up with a 0.382 fib, this 5470 area. if oil were to lose this, we have no support after from 54.52 down to 53.69. And nat gas is doing good things. As Dan points out, he's not really interested till it breaks, I believe it's 250 on the nat gas USD, and on nat gas futures it's at 2489. So I am in a trade and I'm using this 212 as my stop. 212 is my ultimate stop. I entered around here at 220. So I'm actually walking my stop up now so I can lock in that profit and then maybe re-enter somewhere closer to 212. So I misspoke there. 212 is not my stop. I have walked it up on the 4 hour. So now 2257 is my actual stop. All right, if y'all don't have anything else for me, which y'all are not live, so you want to post in the room once you see this, any questions, tag me and I will happily answer it if my mouth isn't full of barbecue. All right, thank y'all for listening and I will see you in the room.